can hear us loud and clear. We'll just give a quick check to make sure we are currently live.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sounds good. Ready, set to go. Good afternoon and welcome to some more Southern League Premier South action today. It's Hanwell Town against Poole Town in the Southern League Premier South. Here, a big game in the division. It's 2nd versus 20th, but I don't think that probably tells the full story of what we could expect from today. It's against the Hanwell side who actually finished 8th last season. You know, there's certainly no mugs out there today. We've got to be on our game. We come off the back of a 7-0 win against Plymouth Parkway. We're up for this one today. Should be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely, Connor. We've got a great game on our hands hopefully this afternoon. Hopefully the entertainment will warm us up a little bit. It's absolutely freezing here at the home of the Geordies. But yeah, interesting to see an unchanged side named by Pat and Joe. Obviously a brilliant performance, as you say, Connor, winning 7-0 against Plymouth Parkway. But yeah, despite their league position, we know what Hanwell are about, Connor. They're a big physical team, very organised, well drilled. I think they're going to make it hard for us. And you know, you look at their form and last 5 games, they've lost 4 of those games, drew one of their games against Uxbridge, but one of those games was, I believe, a cup tie against Dagenham and Redbridge, so, you know, maybe wouldn't have expected to get a result in that one. But yeah, a great test for us today, away from home. But these are the sorts of games, Connor, we need to be winning. Realistically, at this point in the season now, we want to get a top 3 finish, and to do that, these are the games we'd expect to win. We need to make it happen, and then it gives us less pressure against those sides where we know it's going to be harder, with games coming up like Walton and Hersham, for example.
Got to give a massive shout to my favourite director once again, John MacArthur. No offence, Sandy, giving me his gloves today. Big shout out to you, John. It's
no favouritism here, Connor. Come on.
John, very quickly, what is your score prediction for today?
2-1, I think. I think these cold conditions. I think it's not ideal for any team. It's very cold, but surface looking good. No bright sunshine, but bright enough. So yeah, looking forward to a good game.
And Andy, very quickly.
Well, yeah, about the game. It'll be a very, very, very tight game. Always a tough place to come to get points. 4-0.
4-0. There we go.
4-0.
Well, we'd certainly take a 4-0 win. Not quite the 7 we had against Plymouth Parkway, but no. If we were to win 4-0 today, it would be quite some spectacle. Here do come the teams. I will give you a run through of the starting lineups very, very shortly. But coming off the back of that 7-0 win against Plymouth Parkway, we're in good form. We're in a good position, 2nd in the division. This is obviously Joe and Pat's 1-year anniversary of being the Poole Town managers. It's been a fantastic year, hasn't it?
Yeah, remarkable to see the impact they've had since coming in many ways, but not just Pat and Joe. I think there's a lot to be said about what is done behind the scenes, as he was just saying, chatting with Andy and John, part of our directors team. I think on and off the pitch, Poole Town has gone through a huge transformation in the last year. And I think a lot of people started back in August thinking we'll be happy with a transitional season, try and get in the top half, but to have assembled the squad we have, to be playing the football we have, to get the results so far that have got us 2nd in the table, joint on points with Gloucester and ahead on goal difference. It's amazing, and you know, full credit to everyone. You know, the fans as well, who are currently just behind the goal, singing their hearts out. We're so lucky to be in this place, Connor, and it's a real huge flip compared to where we were 12 months ago.
We are waiting to get underway very, very shortly. We'll give you a quick run through of the starting lineups today, starting with the host, Hanwell Town. In goal for them is number 1, Sam Besant, who joined the club from Beaconsfield all the way back in October 2023. He won the Southern League Goalkeeper of the Season in 23-24. Number 2, Joe Wilson. Number 3, Elijah Olin, and Joy, a player who anyone listening along will probably know well from his time at Marlow last season, and joined Hanwell at the start of the season. Looked solid every time we faced him, really. Number 4, Harry Seabrook. Number 5, Dwayne Duncan, joined the club all the way back in 2018-19, has been a constant feature of that Geordies defence. Number 6, William Hall is a 21-year-old. Is currently an aspiring psychology student at Loughborough University alongside his semi-professional career. That's a fun fact for you, there, George.
Yeah.
Number 7, Roberto Nditi. Number 8, Harry Hof. Number 9, Mohammed Bettimer. Number 10, Archie O'Brien. And number 11, Joe Waite. Who's a popular addition since signing all the way back in January now. Scored when the sides met here back in March. And for your Poole Town team this afternoon, it's an unchanged one from the 7-0 win against Plymouth Parkway. In goal today is number 1, Adam Parks, at back 4 once again of Ryan Campbell, Ade Olonwia, joined with Owen Dorr and Chris Campbell. Midfield three of Billy Lowes, Harvey Slade and Salim Said just in front of them, with Antonio Diaz on the wing alongside Ike Hill in the starting 11 once again today. Ao on the bench following his suspension, and number 9 Shaquille Gwengwe leading the line. How do you make what do you make of that starting 11 then, George?
Yeah, no, I'm pleased to see the teams. I think after Saturday it would be a criminal offence to drop anyone or change anything really. You know, it's a mark of respect for those players and the effort and the quality they showed on Saturday. So delighted for them, especially for Ike, who obviously has had a bit of a run of being on the bench and a little bit of illness, of course, a few weeks ago, but he was electric on Saturday and was a big part of why we were carving open the Parkway defence. Salim Said, of course, got us underway with that rocket of a goal. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can produce today. I think it's going to be one of those games where we want a good, quick start, get an early goal, because Hanwell right now, their mentality is going to be a tough one, and they're ultimately, their heads will probably drop if they go 1-0 down early, and Poole will want to make advantage of that.
Are set to get underway here on a rather bitter afternoon in Ealing and London between Hanwell Town and Poole Town. Should be a fantastic game of football between 2nd and 20th in the division. As Salim Said gets the ball rolling, we are underway for the Southern League Premier South match, as it is launched long in Chris Campbell's direction. Good defending over there by the number 6 of William Hall. Chris Campbell looking for Gwengwe, who gets the touch round his man, and it's an early corner for Poole Town here. Good start from the Dolphins.
Yeah, really positive start. Throw in down the line. Shaquille Gwengwe just isn't able to win the ball, but manages to force the corner, and it's a really good early start for the Dolphins in the opening 30 seconds of the game. Diaz places the ball down now and will look to whip it in like he did for Addy's goal on Saturday last weekend.
Antonio Diaz set to take it. Poole Town have loaded the box full of yellow. Full yellow kit once again today. Diaz takes it short to Ike Hill. Back to Diaz on the overlap. Diaz eventually gets the ball into the air. Really good ball in there, and it's dealt well by Hanwell's captain, Sam Besant. Good start, though.
Yeah, he's a good keeper, Besant. He's a good size as well. He was always going to claim that. It was a nice floated cross in towards the back post. Bit too close to the keeper, who claimed it with ease, and now clears the ball long up the pitch.
Launched long, and Chris Campbell is there first. Heads it out of play on the far side, and it will be a Hanwell Town throw. And if you did miss the Dolphins starting 11, in goal was Adam Parks, back four of Ryan Campbell, Ade Onwea, Owen Dorr and Chris Campbell. Midfield today is Billy Lowes, Harvey Slade and Salim Said. Just in front of them, and a front three of Ike Hill, Antonio Diaz and Shaquille Gwengwe. It is still goalless here at well, it says the Powerday Stadium, but I believe it is now called the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. Bit of a mouthful that. Ball is launched into the air for Hanwell, and they are alive here as it bounces into the hands of Adam Parks, who comes off the back of 2 clean sheets in consecutive fashion. I mean, he's been fantastic all season, but to keep a clean sheet against Wimborne Town in the derby, and then obviously the 7-0 win against Plymouth Park, where he's been spectacular recently, hasn't he? And
the standards are just so high at the moment. Pat and Joe, even if we win a game, if we don't keep a clean sheet, then you can see the frustration in the back line and Pat and Joe. They've got such high standards at this club now, and it's brilliant to see.
Adam Parks had to deal with that one there. Long ball over the top from Hanwell, kept in play by Salim Said. Number 2, Joe Wilson, heads it forward. Both sides battling away in the middle of the park at the moment. It is going to be a little bit scrappy as it looks so far. Here's Elijah Olenjoy driving down the left-hand side. Looking to go inside now. It's not a bad ball, picked up by Billy Lowes, who turns away from his man with ease. Onto Ike Hill, who did get himself back into the starting 11 last Saturday, and he's driving at that. Hanwell defence is fantastic from Ike Hill. On to Antonio Diaz now down the right-hand side. Still goalless here, 3 minutes played. Big warm welcome to everyone joining us from home today. Here's Diaz again. Inside looking for Salim Said. Good touch out his feet. Slade just caught on the ball there. Salim Said wins it back on the edge though. Still Said, ball in behind. Looking for Gwengwe, he's in here. Shot, and there's the opener. Shaquille Gwengwe again. It was brilliant from Salim Said to find him on the edge of the area. And it is 1-0 to Poole Town. 3 minutes in here, George.
Oh, it's liquid football, isn't it? It's beautiful, beautiful stuff from Poole. Ike Hill just drifting through the players in the middle of the park. Amazing skill. Nutmegs a player and then just knocks it past the next one, lays it off. And we have a bit of a scrappy moment moment where Harvey Slade loses the ball near the edge of the box, but then regain possession. Saeed manages to slot the little gap. Fantastic movement from Gwengwe, who drifted out on the left-hand side. The ball's poked through, and Gwengwe, so full of confidence, didn't even think about squaring it, sees the goal and slots it past Besant with his left foot. And yeah, I mean, from that range, can't really expect to save it. It was a decent effort and a brilliant way to start for Poole. Under 4 minutes gone, 1-0 to the Dolphins.
The Dolphins do certainly lead here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. And it's him again, Shaquille Gwengwe. I believe that is now his 30th goal so far this season. Truly incredible as the Dolphins lead by 1 here.
Yeah, 27 goals in the league, 30 in all competitions for Shaquille Gwengwe, who's just, yeah, he's just absolutely exceptional this season, and just it's his best season by far as a striker. Unbelievable stuff. As Owen Dorr now has the ball on the left-hand side, plays it out to Ryan Campbell, who takes it out on his outside of his foot and looks down the line. And then goes inside to Saeed, whose touch is a bit heavy, and they lose possession now. Hanwell on the ball in the midfield and look to switch play onto the left-hand side. Hanwell player goes down off the ball, and now a from Chris Campbell manages to win the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick for Poole. Brilliant defending from Campbell.
And obviously, George, we've had a good start to this game, now leading by 1. If you are just joining us here, Shaquille Gwengwe on the score sheet again. It was fantastic work from Salim Saeed on the edge of the area, and I think we've got to look back to IK Hill's work in the build-up to that goal. I mean, he skipped around about 4 players, lifted it out wide to Diaz, and eventually the ball found its way to Salim Saeed, who just placed it through for Gwengwe, and a 1-0 lead, which we'll certainly take in this game so far, but there is still a very long way to go. Here's Ryan Campbell now, down the left-hand side again. Cam's eyeing up his options. And he sets it back to Salim Saeed. Good ball into Gwengwe. It's a really nice link up from the Dolphins here. Still Shaquille Gwengwe from the edge of the area. Goes for goal again. It's into the hands of Sam Besant. A slightly more tame effort that time. Once again, Gwengwe, we're 5 minutes in here and he's had 2 shots.
Yeah, it's just confidence flowing through the team. You can just see when we pick up the ball, our first touches look really sharp. Everyone's movement is exceptional. They're really well organised, and just then completely deceive the Hanwell defence. And Gwengwe finds himself through on goal. Yes, absolutely brilliant. You know, really good start from the Dolphins. Only just over 5 minutes played, and we're looking really sharp.
Ryan Campbell driving forward with the ball at the moment, sets it back to Owen Dorr as the sun is beaming down on us at the moment. Hopefully you can hear loud and clear. There is a little bit of a signal issue inside the ground, so hopefully everything's working fine so far today. Here's Gwengwe, forced outside to Chris Campbell. Good touch inside, eyeing up his options. He's got IK Hill down the left flank, decides to set it back to Lowe's. Chris Campbell again. Chris Campbell, who will be involved in the Ballers League final tomorrow in London. Owen Dorr launching it over the top, looking for IK Hill, who's going to have to do well to keep this in play over there. He's done well to actually keep the ball. Still IK Hill. Onto Salim Saeed, inside the area, great touch. Here's Slady now, round the corner, Diaz, back inside to IK, trying to bring it under. 2 Hanwell players going for the same ball. Salim Saeed round the corner, Gwengwe again has another shot, and it's blocked and deflected behind for another corner, George.
I think it's a goal kick, I think.
Corner kick.
Maybe he's checked. It looked like originally he sort of pointed towards the goal kick, and then I think he changed his mind. But yeah, definite corner there. Really, really good, strong stuff from Shaquille to get a shot away, but a good block from Hanwell defender there. And yeah, another corner to the Dolphins. Pressure already ramping up for maybe a second corner.
I mean, if we were to go 2-0 up within 7 minutes here at Hanwell, there were doubts of whether this game was set to go ahead this afternoon. A slight concern about 2 hours before kickoff. They were still checking the pitch, but thankfully the referee deemed it playable. Corner here. IK Hill takes it short. Diaz back to IK Hill again. Eventually lifted to the back stick. Looking for Ade Olonwia in there, and he's going to try and keep it in play. He's done just that. Saeed. Ball caught on his foot a little bit, but does well to win it back. Still Salim Saeed. It's been all Poole Town so far. I don't think Hanwell have actually entered our half as of yet. Slade trying to play it round the corner. Ade looking for Chris Campbell again. A little bit of a swipe at him there by Dwayne Duncan, who did join the club all the way back in the 2018-19 season. Duncan holds off his man and clears it long, but only to Ryan Campbell. They're struggling to get out of the blocks at the moment, Hanwell.
Yeah, really pinning them into their half, aren't we? And like you said, I think they've only had 1 or 2 moments where they picked up the ball, and that's been from quite direct play. But Poole now just looking to dominate the possession, be really patient and play it around nicely. And I think obviously when you're in possession for long periods of time, it frustrates the opposition, tires the opposition as well.
Salim Saeed still driving forward. He's found Shaquille Gwengwe in a lot of space down the left flank. looking to go inside the area. Still Gwengwe, forced wide but skips around his man. You could tell the ball goes out of play for a goal kick there, but you can tell that Gwengwe was looking for that contact and to go down inside the area. He's been so good at that season. I mean, a lot of people will say, it's quite clever from Gwengwe, but if there is contact inside the area, why wouldn't you go down in all of this?
Yeah, 100%. It seems like he's drifting out on this left-hand side quite a lot. You can see that the shape of Poole in possession is very much one where they're trying to keep Hanwell guessing. They're being very fluid in their movement, and Gwengwe you'd expect to be our focal point, our central player, but sometimes actually he's drifting out to the left-hand side and running at the defenders, and just then could have easily won a penalty if there'd been contact, like you said, Connor.
Antonio Diaz battling away in the middle of the park. It does fall to Hanwell's number 9, Mohamed Betema, as they still continue to drive forward here, the hosts. Good ball down the right-hand side. It's eventually lifted into the air, and not a bad ball in there. Ade's there first, and IK Hill can eventually clear it away. It's slightly difficult to see what's actually going on over there at the moment with the sun beaming down on us. I say the sun's beaming down on us. It is still rather bitter out there at the moment, isn't it, George?
No, that sun is quite annoying. We've had that the last few games, haven't we, Connor? Every game, the first half is just sun in our eyes. Oh, well.
Will be a Poole Town thrown in our own half here. If you are just joining us at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium, it is currently 1-0 to the Dolphins. Slim side finding Shaquille Gwengwe through on goal, and he converted for his 30th of the season in all competitions so far. What a season he is having. Harvey Slade looking to play his way forward, picked up by Archie O'Brien. As Hanwell looking to grow back into this game. Owen Dorr now sets it back to Adam Parks, who can launch it long, looking for Gwengwe, who does leap in the air, doesn't win his header, falls now to Harvey Slade. Gwengwe round the corner onto IK Hill. It's a tough challenge in there. Well, I think it might have been Harry Seabrook who got there in front of IK Hill. It could have been a bit of a nasty challenge in all honesty. Goes by out of play for a Hanwell throw-in though.
No, he did well though. It was a good challenge by the Hanwell player to deflect off of IK Hill and win the throw-in now on the right-hand side for Hanwell. They throw it long.
In the air, number 10, Archie O'Brien, still battling away. Full start, Harvey Slade, who switches it out to Chris Campbell now. Campbell looking over the top. That will go out of play on the halfway line for Hanwell. The last time the sides met here was back in March last season, and it ended 3-3 on the day. A last-minute equaliser from Harvey Slade to clinch a point. That was at the very start of our run that actually picked up in the end, wasn't it? I know we drew to Hungerford before that, and then a valuable point here against Hanwell. And then we went on quite a decent run towards the end of the season under Jolie and Pat Sirachi.
Yeah, and that's obviously the first time they'd ever been in that situation as well. So to have never really been in a relegation scrap as young managers and to navigate it the way they did, I think quite a lot of people at the club were sort of resigned to the fact we were going down, Connor. And I think Chris Reeves is the most optimistic and positive man probably at the club, and for him to start almost acknowledging that there was a little bit of acceptance that relegation was a real possibility, it sort of rang true that was the situation.
I know Chris will be listening along today, and probably quite a happy man at the moment with us leading by 1. Ball over the top, looking for Gwengwe. Good defending by Dwayne Duncan over there. Slim side still battling away. It's eventually launched along. Owen Dorr looking to get in front of his man. He does just that. Ball up in the air. Slade gets there first. Little bit of an arm in the back. The referee allowing the game to continue. Gwengwe could be in behind here. Really good goalkeeping. Falls to IK Hill with a chance to shoot from range. Almost a second there. Falls to Gwengwe. Still alive here for Poole. Gwengwe sets it to Diaz. He's gone down inside the area, and the referee waving it away.
Wow,
that's a big call there from the referee not to point to the spot. What did you make of that, George?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It must have felt he went down a little bit easy, but from here it looked like he could have easily been given another. I mean, maybe the referee felt a bit sorry for Hanwell there, but I don't know. It was a really tough one to make a decision on from here, but looked like it could have easily been a penalty. But great move from Poole again. Lovely flick now from Gwengwe. Unlucky there.
I think that's something we notice so often, not just today obviously, but throughout the season so far, is the nice link-up play that we've had. It's been so good to watch, hasn't it?
Yeah, so one-touch, two-touch football is the best way to play. If you move the ball well, if you pass the ball well in football, it's very hard for teams to deal with it.
Joe Wilson now set back to Archie O'Brien. He's had quite a lot of the ball so far for the Geordies. they have the ball down the right flank. If you are just joining us here, it is currently 1-0 to the Dolphins. Ryan Campbell there first, onto Salim Saeed, who's done well to evade one challenge, playing it forward onto Gwengwe. Another tough challenge, and the referee is going to pull it back for a free kick. Well, 13 minutes played in this one. It's been an enjoyable watch so far, and a deserved 1-0 lead in this game.
Yeah, and like I said, a good strong start and getting ahead is absolutely what you want in any game, of course, but especially against a team that's struggling for form and lower down the table, just because psychologically they're going to be thinking, here we go again, you know, and that's what you want, isn't it?
Misplaced ball inside there from IK Hill, and it's Hanwell's chance to drive forward this time as they look for Mohamed Betema.
Well
It's
done,
good
Chris.
defending back there by Chris Campbell, who's starting at right back once again today. Has given it away to Betema though, and Harvey Slade,
Brilliant.
right man in the right place to win it back. Diaz. Set back to Chris Campbell, who launches it forward, looking for Gwengwe, who's up against two very tall centre-halves at the back for Hanwell today.
Yeah, it's what you expect from Hanwell. Very physical team, very direct, very well-organised team. So, I mean, obviously last season did really well in the league, didn't they? Like you were saying earlier, coming 8th, and you know, definitely probably would have thought they would have had a flutter with playoffs at some point.
Here's the number 2 from range, and it's a good block by Owen Dorr to the line there. It was Joe Wilson who struck goalwards. Shouts of a foul there. IK Hill telling the Hanwell man to get up, and I think the referee made the right call by not awarding a free kick there, in all honesty.
Yeah, it was good from Owen Dorr there, and obviously massive news in the week, wasn't it, about Owen Dorr signing permanently for the rest of the season. I think when we knew that his contract was running out of Salisbury, it was a no-brainer, wasn't it, to enter negotiations. And I know Owen's enjoyed his time with us so far, so it made an absolute no-brainer really to keep him along until at least the end of the season.
Ryan Campbell there first, playing it forward. As it goes into the hands of Adam Parks. I can hear the Poole Town fans, which there are plenty of today, chanting the names of Ryan Campbell and Chris Campbell to the chant of Yo-Yo and Colo Torre. Great chant that, in all fairness.
Brilliant, yeah, superb chant.
Owen Dorr launching it forward, asking quite a lot of Ryan Campbell there as it goes into the hands of Sam Besant in between the sticks for Hanwell today, the Geordie's goalkeeper. He's already a very popular figure around the club. Has also played for the likes of Maidenhead, Cambridge, Chelmsford and Chesham United. Here's Dwayne Duncan. Launching it forward, looking for Betemo. He's been able to bring it down over there, but Ade Olonwia there first. He's just so strong in that heart of the defence, isn't he?
Yeah, he's also got a decent amount of pace on him for a centre-half, and I think, you know, when he came last year, he was so impressive and really helped to stable us at a difficult time. Obviously, I know that when he came in, he played in that Tottenham game when Tully lost his job, but actually, you know, he was brilliant in that spell, and it's so good to have him back, especially with the returning fitness of Corey Jordan and Jamie Wiskin. Of course, he's had a little bit of time now at Shaftesbury. Be good to see Wisk back soon, but great to have Ade with us for a little while longer. Got a few more weeks of him, haven't we, until he goes back to the States, but wish him all the best when he does go, but great to have him here now.
I think that is certainly the thought process behind it. Ade is obviously with us till the end of January, and then it's almost like Jamie Wiskin should be fit enough then to come back into the side, whether that's on bench or on the pitch. Here's Slade now. Ball round the corner, looking for IK. Another tough challenge on him, and he's been dispossessed. Hanwell trying to string a few passes together, and they have certainly grown into this game since the open. I would still say it is the Dolphins in control of this one. 16 minutes played, Poole Town leading by 1 as it stands.
Yeah, Hanwell definitely still have a bit of fight in them. You know, they definitely don't look like they've dropped their heads or they've stopped playing. They're definitely trying to get good challenges in and trying to put a little bit of pressure, but more pressure anyway than they were in the opening 10 minutes. I think that's why it was maybe felt a little bit easy for Poole in the opening minutes of the game, but now Hanwell are getting a foot in a bit earlier. They're just looking a bit sharp, a bit more lively, and they probably know that really if they played the way they were in the first 5-10 minutes, that they could have easily found themselves a couple of goals down quite quickly. So yeah, it definitely feels like more of a contest at the moment, Connor.
Will be a Poole Town throw-in on the far side. Looks like Chris Campbell is going to be the one to take it over there. Referee just having a chat with Hanwell's dugout over there. I think he may be talking to their manager Chris Moore, who's recently hit the landmark of 350 games in charge of the club. That's a fantastic achievement. It's a fair play to the Hanwell gaffer.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, not only, you know, loyalty-wise, but to still be in the job, you know, because nowadays, especially in the higher leagues, it's hard to get 5 games, let alone 500.
100%. Ade. throw on the far side. He's going to let Chris Campbell take it, actually. Here's Slim Side. So good at moving his way out of the ball. And here's Diaz now onto Billy Lowe's. Poole coming forward again onto IK Hill now. Still going forward for the Dolphins. Hill onto his left foot. Gets the ball across the face of goal. And it's good goalkeeping by Sam Besant to deal with it. Shaquille Gwengwe getting involved. A shove inside the area. And the referee has stopped the play. Just to have a quick chat with Gwengwe. And one of the Hanwell Town defenders, I believe it may be William Hall, who he's having a chat with here. Didn't actually see too much of what happened there.
No, it might have just been an off-the-ball incident when Gwengwe was just trying to get into space when IK crossed the ball, perhaps. But no, it's a tough one for IK on his weaker foot on the left-hand side. Besant read it really well. Obviously realised that the cross was unlikely to be of enough quality to get into a dangerous area.
James Turner saying, "Hi lads, you both okay?" I'm absolutely fantastic, thank you, James. The Dolphins are leading by 1. Couldn't have asked for much more on my Saturday afternoon, in all honesty.
Maybe a little bit warmer.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That Lowe's heading it up in the air. Harvey Slade challenging with the ball too. Slim Side picking up the loose ball. Diaz now launching it over the top, looking for Gwengwe, who's going to test his pace up against William Hall back there. Eventually back to Sam Besant, who launches it forward. Harvey Slade up in the air. Billy Lowe's challenging too. Falls to IK Hill. Just didn't get there first. And now Joe Wilson with a chance to drive forward for Hanwell. Joe Wilson, who signed at the start of the season after having spells at Beaconsfield and Bracknell. Here's number 10, Archie O'Brien. Round the corner, looking for the return of Joe Wilson, eventually dealt with by Owen Dorr, launching it forward. Gwengwe leaps in the air, doesn't get there first, but Billy Lowe's does. IK Hill now has a chance to bring the ball under on the far side. Lowe's looking for the ball in behind of Gwengwe. Good idea from Billy Lowe's there.
Yeah, good effort. I mean, one thing I've got to say that's really improved about Poole under Pat and Joe is the just defensive organisation. You just see there when the ball comes out on the right-hand side, the players just know exactly what they need to do to deal with the threat. You know, I think in previous years you'd see the full-back and the centre-back try and deal with the threat, and sometimes there's that extra man needed, and Harvey Slade just tucked in brilliantly, marshalled the ball out and then got us off and away. And I think that it can't be undermined just how important defensive quality is in a league like this when there are so many good attacking players like we have, obviously.
Joe Wilson now for Hanwell, driving forward. And you can see that bit of the pitch there that the referee was looking at before today's game has started to come up a little bit. Lowe's intervenes on the ball. And here's Ryan Campbell wearing the captain's armband once again today for the Dolphins. Ball up in the air, picked up by no one in yellow, although Billy Lowe's is there first again. That probably won't be the first time I say that in today's commentary.
Yeah, he's just exceptional at hoovering up, isn't he? He reads the game really well, always so lively and alert, and on the balls with his feet, ready to get in and intercept the ball from players and tackle players whenever. Oh, brilliant turn.
Good turn from Salim Side, going forward once again. He skipped round 1, 2, still Salim Side. So good from Salim. Into the area now, goes down on the referee.
Definitely
waving it away again. That's another.
That's a clear penalty. It's a clear trip. I can't believe he's not given that. Don't get me wrong, the previous one with Diaz was a little bit more ambiguous, but that seemed pretty obvious to me.
Well, Salim Side picked the ball up on the halfway line there and drove all the way into the air. Did look like he was brought down. I've got to say, I agree with you, George.
There's a trip.
That one looked much more like a penalty than the first one.
Clear trip, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm just being biased, but it just seems so obvious to me. But yeah, who knows? Referee had a good position of it as well.
That's the Farnham Town gaffer there.
Oh, really? Oh, their game's off, isn't it?
Interesting that the Farnham Town manager is here watching today. Slim
doesn't surprise me.
Picking up the ball onto Chris Campbell now. Campbell setting it back inside to Harvey Slade. Slim Side now. Slade again.
Slim Saeed on the ball, plays it on the right-hand side. Chris Campbell, who goes inside to Slim Saeed. Plays it to Harvey Slade on the left-hand side now. Looks for options, plays into Gwengwe. Holds the ball up well now, looking out on the right-hand side, and it's tackled by Hanwell.
Hanwell do well to win it back, and it's a good dummy there from Mohamed Bettimer. On to the number 2, Joe Wilson now. Thank you to everyone joining us from home today, listening along live. Hope you're enjoying. Shaquille Gwengwe looking to get in front of Sam Besant there. Has been forced to play it out of play. They do have a mistake in them, this Hanwell side, don't they?
Yeah, when you look, I think the problem is when you're on low on confidence and struggling for form, little things like that creep in, you know, little misplaced passes do come in.
Lowe's looking for Gwengwe again. It's good defending back there. And I think the linesman's flag does go up for an offside. I think he was very clearly offside there.
definitely. But it's good to see that we're trying to play through the lines, find those through balls, and when you got players like Gwengwe and IK Hill and Diaz, you can put on the end of balls. It's well worth threading balls through, even if you get the offside every now and then again, or it goes, the weight of pass isn't right. We've got the players to play through the lines and thread people through, as we did, of course, for the first goal. Gwengwe with a lovely finish after Saeed did so well. But I'm still gutted about that penalty shout, to be honest, Connor. I'm looking forward to seeing the replay of it.
Besant launching it forward again. Ryan Campbell first the ball in the air. Launches it forward. A little bit of a mismatch there. Slim side challenging with the number 7, Roberto Nditi. Ade. A bit of headers and volleys at the moment. It's kept alive. Onto Mohamed Bettimer. Good touch from him. Set back to Joe Wilson now. Wilson, Bettimer again. Ball into the air. Harvey Slade clears it away. Up to Gwengwe. Does get his touch away there on the challenge of the Hanwell back line.
So well.
It's done really well to surely win the free kick. The referee rightfully awarding a free kick there. If you are just joining us here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium, it is currently Hanwell Town 0, Poole Town 1. No guesses on who scored the opener in this one.
Yeah, it's just remarkable, isn't it, Connor, to be not even halfway through January and we're saying that Shaquille scored 30 goals in all competitions. It's amazing stuff.
I don't think anyone expected that when we signed him either.
No.
Antonio Diaz skipping round one challenge, still coming forward here. Diaz round another, onto IK Hill, still coming forward. Hill, good touch out his feet. Diaz is still an option. He uses that option down the left flank now. Poole Town leading by 1 here. Saeed inside to Lowe's. Needs to be careful with 2 men on him. Good ball into Slim side inside the air now. Plays it across. It was just waiting for the touch of Gwengwe. Really good defending back there by Harry Seabrook. It goes behind for another corner in this one.
Yeah, great cutback from Saeed and well defended by Hanwell. They were alert to it.
Corner taken quickly. Here's Antonio Diaz now. Onto IK Hill, who's onside. Diaz. Slim Saeed from the edge. Saeed looking to shoot goalwards. It's a good block by the backline. Falls to Billy Lowe's, who's got a lot of time on the edge. Harvey Slade now, who does have a go. It's another block by a wall of black and white out there at the moment. Here is Antonio Diaz down the left flank again. Diaz with the ball into the air. Good ball in there, looking for Ade. Headed away. Harvey Slade looking to get there first, and it's cleared only to the halfway. Then Owen Dorr looking to launch another attack here for the Dolphins. It is all Poole Town at the moment. Ryan Campbell. Ball round the corner, looking for IK Hill, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But we're putting on the pressure. We're in search of a second. I don't think it'll be long till we find it.
Yeah, I hope so, because it would be absolutely ideal to just take a little bit of the pressure off. But then again, 2-0 at half-time is quite a dangerous scoreline, isn't it, Connor? Because you never know what can come in the second half. And in this league, in any league really, in the Pyramid, anything can happen. And teams could just pull out remarkable comebacks like we did, to be fair, last season, when Ben Edgell got cramp with that remarkable moment, which made it even better, didn't it? Just the fact that Ben celebrated so hard that he was injured.
It's a great celebration from our commercial manager, Ben Edgell, who does so much for this football club. Massive shout out to him.
Yeah, fair play to Ben. Since he's come in, the commercial side of things has just gone to another level. And that's what I was saying about at the start of the game, Connor. On and off the pitch, the club has transformed in a way that none of us would have ever expected. It's about the club, about the ground. It's an exciting time for us after 2 years of real turmoil. So yeah, long may it last.
Hanwell free kick launched into the area this time, and it will go all the way through for a throw-in right over by the... It's actually kept in play over there. I think it may have gone out actually for a Poole Town throw-in right over by our own corner flag, which is never really a great place to have a throw-in, in all honesty. Yes,
obviously sense a little bit of frustration there from the Hanwell following, but it's understandable, when you have a good opportunity to make the advantage of the height in the team, the physicality of their team, and then to put in a ball like that, it just makes you feel like what chance have they got? But like I say, long way to go now. Poole need to push on and get a second, without a doubt.
Sam Ryan saying another 7-0 win coming our way. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But we'd certainly like that. Here's Lowe's round the corner onto Ryan Campbell now. Chance to drive forward. Really good ball from Ryan Campbell,
unlucky.
looking for Diaz. Just couldn't pick up the loose ball. Here's IK Hill still coming forward. Another tough challenge there.
Good tackle.
By the number 5, Dwayne Duncan. It's a really good challenge, in fact. Onto the number 11, Joe Waits. He's actually got round Ryan Campbell. We don't say that too often, though. Ryan Campbell there first to get back at him. And it did look like it may have been a goal kick. I think it has gone behind
for a corner.
It did look like that, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like it bounced off the number 11 there. But Yeah, corner for Hanwell. Good little move from them, to be fair, after a decent pass which was intercepted, and they broke away quickly, and now that we're under pressure with a corner, and anything could happen from this corner. And Hanwell, definitely a big physical team. They're going to want to make the most of their set pieces today.
Well, 30 minutes almost played here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. Corner for Hanwell, and a chance for them to get the ball into the air. We know how much height they possess in their side. Definitely going to be dangerous from set pieces. Ball into the area. Really good defending by Ade back there, and IK Hill can eventually get it away. Slim side looking to get in front of the number 7, Roberto Nditi, and has forced him all the way back to the goalkeeper, Sam Besant. It gives us a chance to get up a little bit. Sam Besant launching it forward. Ade first to it. He's found IK Hill in so much space here for Poole, crossing the halfway line now. Poole still driving forward. Here is Billy Lowe's down the left flank. Into the air now. Billy Lowe still coming forward. It's a good challenge in there.
Great tackle.
By the Hanwell defence again. Still alive here for the Dolphins. Lowe's back to IK Hill. Looking for Salim's side. Back to IK Hill. It's brilliant link up. IK Hill shoots into the hands of Sam Besant. Again, we've seen those two linking up so nicely so far today, George.
Yeah, some lovely little flicks and back heels and different things like that. The combinations are wonderful. I know start of the season, Pat and Joe were always talking about that. They just wanted to see those combinations starting to come off, and throughout the season they're just getting better and better. The understanding between the players in the front areas is amazing, and yeah, little moments like that, little flicks, little back heels that just put people into good positions, like IK was there. And he's obviously, after a brilliant performance on Saturday, full of confidence and raring to get a goal. But no second goal yet for Poole, as Chris Campbell throws it long, and DT heads it away, and it goes out for another Poole Town throw on the right hand side.
Well, it is still 1-0 to the Dolphins here, if you are just joining us. Today's commentary is sponsored by Link Homes Estate, and it's around 60 people listening along live with us today. Big warm welcome and hello to everyone from home. I hope you're enjoying the commentary so far. We're certainly enjoying today's game as of yet. Still a long way to go in this one though. Chris Campbell playing it over the top, looking for Gwengwe, headed forward again by the Hanwell backline. It's launched over the top. Ade looking to get there first, although Billy Lowe's intervenes and now breaks forward for the Dolphins. Here's Slim's side. Great turn from him. Still side onto his right foot now. Ball in behind, looking for Gwengwe.
Unlucky.
Good defending by Hanwell. Looks like there may be a free kick. There's Joe Wilson is brought down inside their own half, and it will be a free kick to the Geordies. So they launch it forward, but into the back of Slim's side, and Gwengwe now looking to test his pace once again, and he has fouled his man there. I think there may have been a little bit of an arm in the back. I don't know if you'll disagree with me on that one, George.
A little bit of a shove, definitely a foul, yeah. I think Gwengwe maybe trying to outmuscle, maybe a little bit of frustration. He knew he probably wasn't going to get on the end of it, but it's a cheap little free kick to give away, but no card, no harm done.
Hanwell play it over the top again. Ade is first to it. Slim side looking to get in front of his man. Here's Harvey Slade now. Great touch out of his feet. Slade into Diaz down that right flank. Diaz does well to play the ball off his man. It'll be a Poole Town throw right over by Jolie and Pat Sirachi. It's obviously a year of them in charge now. What have you made of the previous year at the football club then, George?
Yeah, it's just been incredible. When they took over, we were in such a dark place as a club. We genuinely looked like relegation was almost certain, and low confidence. We were just conceding goals for fun, but they really shored us up and managed to obviously do brilliantly with their recruitment as well. I mean, particularly have fond memories at the end of last season of looking at the likes of Tyreek Clark starting to really show just how good he can be, and same with Ezio Torre, who came to the club from Weymouth, who was on the bench mainly for them, and then just went on a really good run of scoring, obviously earned himself a move to National South. And on top of that, Salim Saeed and Chris Campbell, of course, who are still with us, and players we maybe didn't think we'd hang on to, but yeah, it was an exceptional turn of events, wasn't it? And it's just carried on and got better and better. And huge thank you to Pat and Joe for everything they've done so far in the last 12 months. But very excited to see the future. I really hope the future is with us.
100%. I mean, they certainly are the best managers at this level. There's no doubt about that. Here's Ade. Goes all the way back to Adam Parks. And we mention everything around the club that they've improved. I think one of the main things to me is not just like the fitness levels and everything surrounding the outer club. It's the actual playing style. I mean, you saw one of our goals. I think it was the second goal against Plymouth Park, where we strung 38 passes together before we found the back of the net. I mean, remarkable, really, at this level, being able to play that kind of like almost like Pep Guardiola kind of style of football.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the sort of stuff that you'd imagine going viral online. Like if a team like Bournemouth or Tottenham or City or whatever were doing that, then it would be played all over the place.
Chris Campbell now with the ball in the air,
ball.
looking for Gwengwe, who was having his shirt held inside the box. Gwengwe eyeing up his options at the moment, just outside of the penalty area, onto Slim side now, round one man. Gwengwe holding onto the ball, does well to keep it at the moment. Still Shaquille Gwengwe, ball into the box, looking for Harvey Slade. It's a really good ball. Here is Harvey Slade. He just couldn't get his shot away. Shouts of penalty from the Poole Town fans. I don't think there was too much in it. In all honesty, it goes behind for a goal kick in the end, but that's another chance. They're really good creative work by Gwengwe there.
Yeah, it's that sort of like neutral holding, isn't it? Both players are just grappling each other, and Slade ends up on the deck, but it's not a penalty in that incident. But no, really, a nice little dinked in ball, and Slade did well to take it down, but there was just so many bodies around him, it was always going to be difficult to get a shot away. But yeah, a good passage there from Poole, and a good moment from Gwengwe. Did really well to just hold the ball up and dink in a little ball. And he's done well there, wins the ball.
There is Shaquille Gwengwe going forward again. Onto IK Hill now.
Oh,
tugs to the ground, but the referee allowing the game to continue. Good ball down the right flank. As he tries to play it in behind. It's actually not a bad ball, but it does go all the way back to Owen Dorr. Now Adam Parks inside to Ryan Campbell. Here's Slade. Campbell again. Poole just keeping the ball at the back at the moment. Here's Owen Dorr. A return for AO to the bench today. Joins Charlie Davis, Scott Rolls, Corey Jordan and Henry Spalding. Ryan Campbell now. Inside to Slim's side. Poole driving forward again. Really good challenge, but Billy Lowe's can pick up the loose ball here. Still Lowe's. Out wide to IK Hill. Back to Lowe's. Saeed. Slade now. Good ball round the corner, looking for Slim side. Good defending back there by Hanwell. They have been good defensively so far today. They broke up a lot of the play when we tried to play in behind.
Yeah, Joe Wilson's had a few decent moments on the right-hand side.
Good work from the number 8 here, driving forward. It's Harry Hofe. He skipped round Ryan Campbell. Ball sets the edge. Here's Bettham with a chance to strike, and it goes way over the bar. That's Hanwell's probably first chance in this game, in all honesty, though.
Yeah, it was a pretty wayward effort, wasn't it? But I think they'll be encouraged by the fact they were able to work the ball into a good area there. I mean, you'd probably argue it's a bit of a half chance, wasn't it? Shooting from that sort of range, the XG is not going to be great on that, but yeah, they'll be encouraged by the fact they've got a shot away. But it goes to show just how tough Poole have been to break down, and how well we've commanded possession. And we've not just been having possession for the sake of it either. I think we've been pretty efficient with it.
Hanwell still coming forward here. Ball into the area again. There could be a chance. No. It's deflected. Billy Lowe's eventually gets his head on it. Harvey Slade, or Salim Saeed rather, does well on the follow-up. Now IK Hill and Poole can break forward. Salim Saeed. It's another tough challenge there by the Hanwell backline. They're almost playing this game like a Sunday League game at times, aren't they? Just flying into every challenge.
Yeah, no, they are that sort of team, aren't they, Hanwell? They will put in big challenges. Oh dear, Addy on the deck at the moment.
Thankfully, we do have Corey Jordan on the bench today. Whether he is fully fit and ready to return is a question we'll have to wait and see. But Ade does look in some discomfort here, and this isn't the sort of stoppage where you see it's almost one of those tactical ones. Yeah. This does look like a real injury, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, just from the fact that players haven't got over to Pat and Joe's. There's been a couple of players over there, Diaz and Campbell, but everyone else has just stood around on the pitch, which would suggest, it's not a tactical foul. It's not an opportunity to have a bit of a drinks break or have a bit of a chat, get the players together. And also, only 8 minutes on the clock till half time. The game has flown by. But yeah, Addy looking uncomfortable. Liv Bailey currently just giving him some treatment. I'll give you some
scores up.
Yeah, do the usual tradition. We've had a few injuries, haven't we? The last few games, to be fair. As the floodlights just come on, to cheers from the Poole following. Right, let's go for. I won't give you the FA Cup because there's a bundle of games. I might give you some headlines. Obviously, earlier Macclesfield 2, Crystal Palace 1. Unbelievable. The magic of the cup going strong with that result. Let's have a look. Manchester City, as understandably, 2-0 up against Exeter at the moment. Newcastle 0, Bournemouth 0. And then in our league, in the Southern League Premier South, it's currently Chertsey 3, Tiverton 2, Dorchester 0, Uxbridge 0. Evesham 0, Weymouth 0, obviously Hanwell 0, Poole Town 1, Plymouth Parkway 0, Gosport 0, Sholing 0, Yate 0, Taunton 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0, and then Wimbledon are 1-0 up at home to Basingstoke Town. So there you have it.
Ball eventually thrown back into play as Ade is now allowed to return to the pitch. I don't think that was 30 seconds he was off there, but I'm certainly not complaining about that in all honesty. Here's Slim Side, nicked off the ball by number 8, Harry Hoth, and now Hanwell looking to drive down the left flank. It's a good run by Elijah Oldenjoy. He's a player who I've always enjoyed watching. You know, we've played him against Marlow twice last season. He's obviously got that long trophy rate about him, which we haven't actually seen in today's game as of yet. But he's a player that has always caught my eye, in all honesty.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Marlow obviously had a tough season last season, so it's always nice being the standout. You know, you think of obviously Ryan Campbell, who was in a struggling Swindon Supermarine team. You know, I've always said this, haven't I? How it blows my mind that he's not played at that higher level, considering just what a brilliant, consistent player he is. But yeah, he's almost their equivalent, isn't he? Their fullback.
Launched on Ike Hill's looking to get in front of his man over there. Gwengwe still battling away inside the area. It does go behind for a Hanwell goal kick. Elijah Oldenjoy is actually the third player to have joined Marlow in the summer alongside Harry Hoth and Noah Nawaf, who's not in the starting lineup or the squad today. Not sure if that is injury induced because he has played their last 3 games and he will be a big miss today. Nahir Nawaf not being in their side. They do have the likes of Cameron English on the bench, and Daniel Carr too is actually their top scorer so far this season, even though he is an out-and-out right back. He's scored 6 times so far this season. Ike Hill looking to get in front of his man and very almost did. Ryan Campbell now, there's options down the left-hand side. Here is Ike Hill inside to Lowe's, out to Gwengwe. Can't get in front of Harry. I think that's Harry Seabrook though. He's probably made about 10 slide tackles so far in today's game.
Yeah, the pitch is getting a little bit cut up, a bit muddy, isn't it? You see it's the sort of pitch where there's a reason why they're putting in those slide tackles, because it's definitely suited to that. Great ball.
Slim Side, great ball from Owen Dorr. Said onto Harvey Slade. Poole building up slowly here. 40 minutes played, 5 minutes to go till half time here. Poole Town still leading by 1 as it stands. Hill, or Diaz rather, onto Slade. Back to Lowe's. Caught on the ball in the middle of the park there, and that's unlike Billy Lowe's, but Poole do well to win it back. Slade onto Slim Side again. Driving forward once again, Slim Side, and Diaz is making a really good run in behind there. Chris Campbell looking to get in front of Elijah Oldenjoy, and he's pulled back his man. That could be a yellow card there for Chris Campbell. I'm slightly surprised that he hasn't produced a yellow card for that challenge.
If he got to the halfway line or further, I think probably would have been, but yeah, he's a lucky boy, Chris Campbell, not to get a card for that one. Tactical foul just before the halfway line.
Hanwell looking to play the ball down the right flank this time. It's not a bad ball inside. That is always the worry, isn't it, with this Hanwell side, is when they do get the ball down the flanks, they do look like they can create opportunity, but we've been very resilient and resolute in our backline defensive duties so far today.
Yeah, there's a reason why we've had a couple of clean sheets recently.
Wow. Dwayne Duncan there, skipping around 2 or 3 challenges, and the ball will go out for a corner. It's a good run from Hanwell's centre-half there.
Yeah, put Campbell under pressure there to deal with it, and see, in the end, had no choice really but to put the ball out for a corner. Couldn't have done much more. So with only a couple minutes left on the clock plus added time, could easily be a great opportunity now for Hanwell to get themselves back in the game with a corner kick. Obviously with their physical presence, this will be a strong point for them, those set piece opportunities, as we've said.
Happy New Year.
Corner kick for the hosts here. Just waiting for the referee to allow it to be taken. Thank you to everyone joining us from home so far today. Poole Town still leading by 1. 3 minutes till the break. Hanwell corner. Interesting corner routine. Ball into the middle. It's flicked on in there by, I think it was a Poole head. Might have been Chris Campbell, in fact. Still kept alive. Here's Archie O'Brien up against Ike Hill. Eventually gets the ball into the area. Dealt with by Owen Doyle. Only out to the edge. And Bettimer with his second strike of the game fires wildly over for the second time in the game.
Yeah, well, one thing I was going to comment on, Connor, was it's nice to see that Ade seems to be moving fairly freely. Doesn't seem like he's in any discomfort. I saw him sort of running and sprinting a little bit as well. So be interesting to see how he feels at half time. Could be one of these things where he's just seeing how the next few minutes goes. They may make a change at half time if he's not feeling up to it, if he sort of stiffens up at half time. But hopefully Ade can continue, because he and Owen Dorr have been brilliant. There's a reason why we've had back-to-back clean sheets. Of course, like you said, Wimborne away around Christmas time was a big result against a good side who have been hard to beat at their home ground, and then of course the emphatic 7-0 win against Parkway last Saturday as well.
Dorr dealing with it. Gwengwe is still down here. The referee is going to stop play. It's not a head injury, so the referee didn't have to do that. Hopefully Shaquille Gwengwe is okay. Every Poole Town fan probably has a heart in the mouth at the moment.
Yeah, I was just thinking that earlier, to be fair, with some of these slide tackles, just worrying, one of them catches Gwengwe not nicely. So I'm amazed, to be fair, that there hasn't been a team that's almost deliberately just gone for Gwengwe,
I mean, that's something you can definitely say about Gwengwe, is he's not one to shy away from challenges either.
No.
He's very, very physical in himself.
Yeah, well, he works exceptionally hard, doesn't he? Trains obviously with the team twice a week, but then also trains on his days off and will do gym sessions as well. He's pretty much a full-time player, isn't he?
Yeah. Ball launched up in the air, headed forward over there. It's not a bad ball over the top. Here's Archie O'Brien now.
Great skill.
To get away from one challenge, step back to Roberto Nditi. Hanwell definitely growing into this game. IK Hill now picking up the loose ball. Shaquille Gwengwe setting off on his run. Still IK Hill being forced backwards, need a little bit of help over there. It's a good challenge by Roberto Nditi. IK Hill has picked up a lot of space so far today. Probably been unlucky not to have really had a key opening in this game so far.
Yeah, the Hanwell just definitely look a lot more organised, a lot more proactive, and I think the first few minutes of the game they did look like they were in for a really tough afternoon, but it's definitely felt a lot more even. I don't think Poole have had it completely their way in the last sort of 15 minutes or so. It's been a much tougher test for the Dolphins, and you can see that naturally at this time of year, when the pitch has probably had a little bit of water in it over the last few days and a bit of frost coming off, it's starting to get a little bit slippery out there for them. But I think considering that, it's still a decent quality game, and Poole are trying to play when they can. As Ryan Campbell now throws the ball in, and Diaz takes a good touch.
Good ball round the corner onto IK Hill. He's trying to play his 5 minutes have been played here. So Poole Town throw in there on the halfway line. It's still 1-0 to the Dolphins as it stands. Hanwell launch it forward. Owen Dorr first to it up in the air. It's good work from Harvey Slade, and now Billy Lowe's can break. There may be one last chance at the end of this first half. I didn't actually see the board go up for any minutes, so it's more of a waiting game to wait and see how long the referee actually did add on. I'm not sure if you saw the board go up.
No, I didn't see it either, to be fair.
Setting it back to Chris Campbell, who hooks it over the top. Gwengwe is going to look to get in front of Dwayne Duncan. Good defending from him over there. Slim side still battling away. That will be a Poole Town throw-in right on the halfway line over by Joe Lee and Pat Sirachi. Big thank you to everyone joining us from home so far today. Today's commentary is sponsored by Link Homes Estate Agents. Chris Campbell onto Salim's side, back to Campbell. It's not the best ball from side, and now Han will have a chance to come forward. Bettimer playing a switch to the right-hand side. IK Hill is first to it, though. It's a good ball into Diaz now. Poole breaking forward again. Still Diaz. Forces it out to Harvey Slade down the left flank. Still Slade. Here's Slim's side now. Round the corner onto Antonio Diaz. Poole just happy to keep the ball at the moment. Chris Campbell. Diaz. Chris Campbell again. Here's Harvey Slade, looking to play it round the corner. Set back to Owen Dorr. Ryan Campbell. Looking for IK again. Ryan Campbell inside to Billy Lowe. Really good ball. IK Hill's making a great run in behind him. He spotted it. IK Hill could be through here. He looks to get in front of Sam Besant. I think Dwayne Duncan did just enough to put him off there.
Yeah.
Ryan Campbell picks up the loose ball again. Poole looking for a second just before the break here. Still Ryan Campbell.
Oh, good effort.
Trying his effort.
It's good
Shaquille Gwengwe running in behind, but Hanwell been very, very good defensively so far today, no fairness.
Yeah, I mean, after the opening few minutes, like I said, they've been a lot more resolute defensively, really well organised. They're looking more like the sort of Hanwell that we've seen in previous seasons. Always hard to play against and hard to break down. Yeah, completely different. The last sort of half an hour, they've been a different side. It's been a much tougher test, but yeah, a couple of players just slipping over here and there. So, as the ball gets hooked into the air by the number 6.
Not a great clearance at all, that.
Yeah, from
inside, still
Will Hall.
battling away with it. And Harvey Slade now 48 minutes on the clock. This will likely be the last chance. Diaz is trying to be played in behind. It was not a bad ball from Harvey Slade. Slim side effortlessly plucking that one out of the air. And there is the half-time whistle here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. The Dolphins going into the break with a 1-0 lead, a very, very early lead in this one from Shaquille Gwengwe. We've got a word from Andy Rossiter here.
Could we just say hi to Chris Reeves, who sat at home? Chris, good first half. No, never under any pressure. Top game. Should be 5-0 time we finish.
Let's hope he doesn't jinx it too much there.
Forever the optimist.
But it has been a very, very enjoyable first half here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. John McCarthy, any words from that first half?
Yeah. I mean, the front three look very dangerous when they go forward with their interplay and everything. They're very lively today, and I think there's probably, I'm not sure whether we'll go and beat them 5. But I think we might get 1 or 2 in the next half. But we're playing really well, and the boys are very, very well committed. So it's a good game.
Cheers, John. And George, do you want to very quickly sum up the first half as we look ahead to the second half?
Yeah, really positive front-footed start, and like we said earlier, it's one of those games where against a team 20th in the table, struggling for form, struggling for confidence, you need to get an early goal, you need to put them under pressure. That's just what we did in the opening 10 minutes and found ourselves 1-0 up with a brilliant finish from Shaquille Gwengwe. It's 30th in all competitions this season, but yeah, I think after that goal, we did have a really good period of possession and opportunities, chances. We limited Hanwell well, but I think the last 20 to 30 minutes of the game, we've seen that Hanwell we know and don't love. Who are very organised, very physical, tough to play against, and as the pitch is starting to get a bit more slippery and cut up, it's been a bit more of a challenging game.
Well, we will be back in about 10 or 15 minutes time here at half-time. Still a long way to go in this one, but the Dolphins leading by 1 as it stands. Half-time score here at the Oliver Connell and Son Community Stadium. Hanwell Town 0, Poole Town 1. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time.